With rumours of the fate of Varian Wrynn circling the World of Warcraft community, I've decided to opt in with my own theory on his fate. This theory isn't 100% trustworthy as we don't know the full details yet, but by taking some of the information we have received already, here is my take on it. So, as you can tell by the title, I think that this DLC will bring upon the death of Varian Wrynn. And this has been something that people have questioned since the visions Velen has had of Anduin leading both forces of the Horde and the Alliance against the Legion. Now, before you start shouting and saying that I'm wrong, this is just a theory, so you're probably wondering how I come across this sort of conclusion. Well, it began when I read the character notes for the key lore figures in this DLC, specifically Genn, Greymanes and Anduin's. Let me read Anduin's out for you. Heir to the throne of Stormwind, Anduin is wise beyond his years. Time and again he has used diplomacy to end conflict, inspiring even his warrior father to lay down his arms in pursuit of peace. But diplomacy has its limits, and some villains can't be reasoned with. As the Burning Legion threatens to annihilate Azeroth, Anduin will learn the true cost of peace, and whether he's willing to pay it. Now, from this I have structured two possible theories, one based around Varian's death, and one based around Varian's possibly being captured and tortured by the Burning Legion. But that is for a different video in itself. If you'd like to see my theory on that topic, then feel free to tell me in the comment section. Now, back to the topic at hand. I believe this Anduin learning the true cost of peace really emphasizes that something will happen to Varian. We were also gifted with the screenshot from the upcoming cinematic which shows Varian looking ahead at something. I personally believe this is him and possibly an army travelling to the Broken Shore or some other vital location to face off against the Legion. And during this cinematic, we're going to see him being either defeated or killed. This was strengthened at Gamescom, where they did say that we would wake up on the Broken Shore to a world of chaos, to which I believe that not only will our armies be annihilated, but we will also see a few key figures being killed off, including that of Varian. Now, I have based this theory off little information, but if we look at the effects it has on Anduin, it does make sense. If Valen's visions are true, and that Anduin is the man who will lead both Horde and Alliance against the Legion, then Varian's death would be the perfect catalyst for this. Having Anduin lose a key figure in his life, let alone his father, could really spark this future Anduin Velen saw into reality. This will also have Anduin's character development skyrocket, as he takes on a leader role and possibly becoming the new racial and faction leader for the Humans and Alliance. Now, you're probably wondering, how does Genn come into all of this? Well, if Varian is to die, then the Alliance will need a leader, and seeing as Genn has been named as one of the key lore figures, I believe he could become the new Alliance leader. In theory, there is no one more suited, as he really ticks off all of the boxes for what the Alliance need to battle against the Legion. He is both strong-willed and a genius on the battlefield, and while I don't think he would be a permanent replacement, I do believe he is the perfect leader for the war to come. If we read his description for the upcoming DLC, in recent years the grizzled ruler of Gilneas has suffered many hardships. His son and his nation fell to the Banshee Queen Sylvanas and her Forsaken, and he nearly lost his humanity to the Worgen curse. Yet, from these tragedies, Genn has found new strength and courage. He is determined to fight tooth and claw against any enemy that threatens the safety of the Alliance. We all know Genn has a past with the Alliance, where he left it for a brief amount of time due to his belief that Gilneas could not and would not pay for the wars of other nations after they were asked to pay tax towards the Horde internment camps and Netherguard Keep. But since his return, he has been a devout member of the Alliance, and the fact that he is determined to fight tooth and claw against any enemy that threatens the safety of the Alliance really highlights for me that he could be a potential leader for them if Varian was to be killed. Of course, there are other options such as Anduin himself, but I personally believe it is still a bit too soon and that a war like this needs an experienced leader such as Genn. So, that is my theory. I know it might have some flaws to it, but this is my first time doing a video like this. As I said earlier, if you would like to see my other theory video based around the capture of Varian, then let me know. Also leave me a like and tell a friend about this video, and any sort of constructive criticism I am willing to read and reply to you. As always, I'm Envious Alice. Ta-ra.